They never talk about the women and the girls. They only talk about the boys and the men.
What can I tell my grandkids about their mother? The 5-year-old asked her sister, the 9-year-old, when is mama coming to pick us up? What do you tell that child?
Alberta Sproul, say her name.
Alberta Sproul.
Tanisha Anderson, say her name.
Tanisha Anderson.
And so a lot of times when people talk about Black Lives Matter, they're not talking about the fact that it was created by Black women, and they're definitely not talking about the fact that it was created by Black queer women. So if somebody asked me what Black Lives Matter means, they would need to know that it was created by Black women and Black queer women, but that they would also need to know that it's challenging this post-racial identity, or ideology rather, that people use when they talk about life in America today.
The goal isn't to say that this is an insane system, but it is to say that this is a violent system. It is a violent system and it's an unsustainable system.
I think that the Black Lives Matter movement also talks about how police brutality directly affects historically marginalized groups. So not just Black people, but also how does it affect the trans community? How does it affect Latino Americans? How does it affect anyone that you can think of who has been historically pushed to the margins in this country?
Young people, which include many, many young Black women, young Black queer folks, trans folks, gender nonconforming folks, are creating another Oakland. Our work stands in the legacy of Black feminists, queer folks, and trans folks who blazed trails decades ago. We've always had to push the envelope on how the we and how liberation are defined.
Why do you think there's been so little attention or even publicity on these women who've been killed?
Well, I think there are a couple reasons. I mean, men in general are killed more by the police than women, so there are more opportunities. But women are still killed too, and when they are killed, they're not part of the conversation. It is also true throughout history, Black women have been lynched. They've also been subject to other kinds of racial violence, like rape and sexual abuse. And we're finding that not only are Black women killed by police, they're also subject to some of these same historical problems of sexual abuse. So they're women that many people don't believe. They're women that are seen as vulnerable. They're women that are not empathized with or seen as sympathetic or women in need. And so that in turn prompts a certain kind of coercive or violent response to them, or an effort to abuse them, knowing that no one will believe them.
Shelley Frey,
Kayla Moore,
Chantel Davis,
Alberta Sproul, Rakia Boyd,
Michelle Cassell,
Miriam Carey,
Kayam Livingston,
Ayanna Stanley Jones,
Tanisha Anderson,
Katherine Johnson,
Eleanor Bumpers,
Kendra Chapman,
Pearlie Smith,
Latanya Haggerty,
Megan Hockaday,
Maya Hall, Alexia Christian, Gabriella Navarez, Sharice Francis.